Hi, everyone. So I want to talk today about LinkedIn lead generation and how to make it work for B2B companies. LinkedIn is a really popular channel right now, and there is a lot of leads that you can get there, but most of the strategies simply fall short. And here I'm going to discuss how to make a strategy that actually works on LinkedIn. So the two major strategies that most companies use on LinkedIn is, they either opt in for cold outreach, where they use tools like Lemley's HeyReach, and they send cold DMs to their target audience, and they try to convert them to a meeting. And the second way is content marketing, where they essentially try to get inbound leads. So this is good, and 5 years ago it probably worked really well. In some of the small regional markets it's probably still working, but in most scenarios you're gonna fall short with it, because in content marketing part you simply don't have anything to do audience activation, and in cold outreach part you're missing on a content that's essentially gonna make you convert more leads. So what you can do here is you can slowly start to build a LinkedIn lead generation funnel that actually works. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Antonio. I'm a go-to-market consultant for B2B companies, and I also own a B2B go-to-market agency, and we run LinkedIn outreach for our clients. And one of the things that we noticed across all of the clients is, when we replaced typical cold outreach funnel that goes for a meeting with something that shares a resource, then that increases the number of meetings. And I'm going to give you one example. We ran LinkedIn outreach for a company in US, and they are a marketing agency, and we were doing cold outreach for 2 months, and they got one positive reply. We were aiming for a meeting. We were aiming essentially to audit their Google ad account, which is a lead magnet in itself, but not a strong one. And our plan was, from an audit, we try to convert as much as possible to a meeting, and then from a meeting, we try to convert as much of them to closed customers. And since we had really bad results, we switched audit to a lead magnet, and our client created a PDF document that outlines 5 mistakes companies usually make when managing their Google ads. And our outreach was simply, hey, I thought this might be relevant to you. I've created this document outlining 5 ways you can improve, companies can improve Google ads. Can I share it with you? And that alone generated 4 meetings in 4 days. Nowhere did we say, that we want to jump on a call or something like that. We just added a small section at the end of the lead magnet that essentially said, we outlined first 5 mistakes companies make, and then we mentioned like one paragraph that says, hey, if you like to have an audit of your account, let us know. And that alone, generated 4 meetings in 4 days, while previously, when we were going directly for an audit, we generated only 1 reply in 2 months. and that wasn't a positive reply. So that's gonna do it better. And I'm gonna connect it here to your lead magnet. I'm gonna push this aside a little bit. And from a lead magnet, I'm gonna connect it to an audit, and then I'm gonna connect it to a meeting. All right, so we already got more steps. We already got more touch points. In B2B, it's really important to get as many touch points as possible. Some research shows that you need 63 touch points to make a sale in B2B. Of course, that number varies a lot depending on what you're offering. Is it a professional service? Is it a SaaS business? What's the price of what you're selling and who you're targeting? So that numbers can range anywhere between 5 touch points to 100 touch points, but getting as many touch points is essential. And here we added more touch points where clients essentially can get familiar with us. Now, I don't want to kick out the content marketing part. You know, whatever you do on LinkedIn is definitely going to increase the conversion rates of your your lead generation efforts. So when you send a message, quite often people will visit your profile. And they'll try to establish who you are, what you do, what's your personality. Do you know someone that they know? They'll check mutual connections. They check your recent posts. People like to work with people that they are that are like-minded. So you want to show off to them that this is your personality. This is how you view Google Ads in these examples. This is how you view their company, so they know, okay, this is someone that I can trust. So profile visit is gonna happen quite a lot, and you want to make sure that you have some kind of content there, but you also want to make sure that you have mutual connections with these people, and you also want to make sure that you're active in the community, because when you go on LinkedIn, if I go on LinkedIn, and you post one post per day, you're just gonna show up once here. But if you often comment on other people's posts, this is gonna increase your the number of impressions you're getting. So networking is there, important. It's also important that it's not a classic AI comment that just says this is huge or props to you, etc. Most comments that work, they are comments that provide some kind of insights. So keep that in mind when you're commenting. Don't just comment to increase impressions, because your comments aren't going to display unless you have something relevant to talk about. So here is where I'm going to connect content marketing part. And I've mentioned initially that what this part is usually missing is audience activation. So, there's kind of like a silent promise that if you post a lot of content on LinkedIn, if you engage with a lot of people, then these people will turn to inbound leads. And then Companies do that for 12, 16, 18, 24 months, and then they realize that they're not getting anything out from it. And in some cases they will, but in some cases, in most cases, they won't. So you need some kind of audience activation funnel that's gonna make these leads convert. So what I like to do is, let's just add a audience activation here. So what I like to do is like to use tool like Clay to build a list of a targeted accounts, and then track essentially what's happening within those companies. You know, if, for example, you're selling appointment setting services, and you are you have a strong signal that when a company is hiring for a rep, you can offer them your service. I would track essentially every month my list of dream accounts with Clay, and whether they're hiring for reps. And if they are hiring for reps, then I would reach out to that person who I was connected with on LinkedIn for some time. Maybe it was 14 days, maybe it was 4 months. The longer the better. And I would reach out to them and say, hey John, I see you're quite active on my profile. I just want to thank you for it. I saw that your company is hiring for sales reps. I don't know if you knew, but my company actually offers appointment setting services, and other companies typically hire us when they are hiring for sales rep, because hiring new sales reps takes a lot of time. They find it hard to scale the quality of these reps, and it takes a lot of time to onboard them. If this interests you, let me know if you'd like to jump on a call. I wouldn't be pushy at that part. You build a nice audience for yourself. You don't want to alienate them by being annoying to them. And if you're being respectful, people will be direct to you. They'll say, hey, yeah, this sounds interesting, and let's jump on a call. Or they'll say, hey, we've tried another agency before, it just simply didn't work with us. In that case, they'll usually ask for more information, how you're working differently than other agencies, or they'll just say no. But in each case, you're gonna get a lot more replies than if you reached out to these people purely cold. If you just reach them out here at this point. So to break that down, here I'll add something like signal tracking. And then I'm gonna activate the audience essentially with warm outreach. So now you can leave it at that. This already is gonna increase your conversions by a lot. You're gonna have a lot of touch points here, especially because if you create content, 3 times a week, if you engage with people over LinkedIn, then people will see you, they'll notice you. You can leave it there as it is, and it's gonna work quite good. What I would also do is, I'd focus what I can do here to get as much audience to my network as possible. For anyone that's ever worked with LinkedIn, you know that they hate automations. They have limits on how many actions you can make, and realistically, you can't reach out more than 400 to 600 people per month. So you need another ways to generate your audience. What you can do here is you can start with a lead magnet. And I'm sure you've seen this a lot, because a lot of people do that. They're gonna create a funnel or something that's of high value, and they're gonna share it on LinkedIn. They're gonna say, hey, I just spent 100 hours creating this. Like and comment my post, connect with me, and I'll share it with you. And with that, you can get around LinkedIn limits, and you're getting around them in a way that's, legal by LinkedIn policies. And it's also a way, it's a good thing to do. So you start with a lead magnet, and this is gonna over time grow your audience. And what I would also do is I would try to get as many people as possible into my newsletter. Again, don't be too much pushy about it. If you created a lead magnet, then, when people comment, they connect with you, reach out to you, just share them a link to a form, and on that form, say something like, by the way, I share this type of advice every month on my newsletter. Do you want to subscribe to it? If they say yes, perfect. If they don't say yes, you're still going to have them in your network. Now again, this part, content marketing is gonna work here a lot. You're gonna need it to activate the audience, and you're gonna need it to get as many touch points as possible. And then again, you can do some kind of signal tracking and warm outreach. So that's the second thing you can do. Third thing you can do, and it ties back to this initial funnel, is you can use something like Trigify to track people that are mentioning specific topics that might be interesting to you. For example, if you are selling a tool that uses AI in sales, you might want to engage with all the people that are engaged with AI in sales topics on LinkedIn. And there you can use Trigify to find those people, and you can only reach out to these people. Okay. Another last thing that you can do to kind of expand the audience is you can use thought leadership ads. I think they were introduced like 2 years ago, and essentially what they do is you can promote your personal post from your company page, and it's not promoted as in a way that your company posted it. It's promoted in a way that you posted it, and you want to do that on posts that give you the most bread and butter. Now, usually people will do that when they find a post that gives them a lot of leads, like lead magnet. But I would also do it on classic content marketing post, because once again, you need a lot of touch points to even convert people to your audience. If the people don't know you and you want to increase the number of connections you have, if you want to increase your network, then you want to show them a bunch of different posts. So, after they see 10 posts, they see, okay, this person is sharing insightful information. I'm gonna follow them. And then it starts again with that here. So I'm gonna add thought leadership ads here. And that thought leadership ads is again gonna turn into your network where you can track signals and do audience activation. Now, if you're getting a lot of followers, then I wouldn't connect this here because you're not able to track signals for a lot of them. But what you can do is you can track engagement. You can track how they engage with your content. And if you notice that they are reaching out to you quite often, they are commenting on your posts, they are liking your posts, then you can again do the audience activation, aka the warm outreach. A lot of people like to reach out to leads when they first comment on their post. That's fine. That's gonna work in some cases, but if you leave it seated for a while, if you leave them to engage with your posts over 2 to 3 weeks, then that outreach is gonna have much higher conversion rates. I like posts on a daily basis from people that I don't know and I'll never remember. Everyone does that. So, just because someone commented on your post, don't reach out to them, especially if you are using automation where, someone might comment something negatively on your post and you reach out to them with automation. Hey, I just saw that you engaged with my post. Thank you. Are you interested on a meeting? If that person commented something negatively, they're not going to be interested in a meeting, So that's that. So now if you compare that to what we initially did, which is initially we had cold outreach and we went for a meeting, and then we had content marketing where we just waited for leads to land. This is a more comprehensive funnel. And this is something that, that's going to create a stable pipeline. Now, at each stage, you wanna do quality work. You don't want to push any kind of messages in cold outreach. You can do all of this perfectly, but if your cold outreach message is this big, you'll never get enough audience to do the rest. Also, if your lead magnet isn't that valuable, it's not gonna interest people. So you have to think at each of these stages how to do something uniquely, how to do something that other people don't do, and then this will work. Also keep in mind that this strategy isn't aiming to produce results in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in 1 month. I would aim, test a funnel like this for 6 to 9, maybe 12 months and see how it's working. You have a lot of steps in it that you can optimize, content especially. If you involve newsletters and you get a lot of newsletter subscribers, but over time you realize that a lot of them are unsubscribing, either you're targeting the wrong audience or you are serving them content that isn't good enough. So you have to work on your targeting, or you have to work on your content. So take this as a 12-month project, work on it over 12 months, and it's gonna work. It's gonna produce results. And it's something that's going to create a sustainable pipeline compared to cold outreach, where when it's pure cold outreach, where you're going for a meeting or an audit or something like that, these can produce results for in month 1 you can get 2 meetings, and then in month 2, month 3 you don't get anything, and it's not really sustainable, and it's hard to create a revenue generating machine out of it. So yeah, the funnel is a bit messy. I'm gonna work on it to make it a bit more clearer, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment them below, or you can send an email here, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Bye.